Oh, yeah. It's been a minute since I did one of these. At this time, I used to do them in the afternoon too. I used to do the afternoon boxing talks. You know what I mean? Way back when. Who the fuck is texting me, man? Fucking bothering me. Yeah, I got it. Fuck off my dick, man. Yeah, man. Afternoon boxing talks. I was thinking about bringing them back because when I get out the gym, I just got out the gym literally just now, and I had my little after workout meal or whatever. And it takes me a while to get settled before I start pumping out. Man, shut the fuck up. Yes. It's my wife bugging me about some damn scarf. Man, relax. It's a scarf, fam. You know? And I was thinking about bringing them back because, like I said, when I get out of the gym, it take me a while to get settled. Like I gotta eat my shit, I gotta take my nap or whatever. Da da da. What it do? Yeah, it's an early one, Tom. Plus, that was usually when I talked to a lot of the British guys was in the afternoon because the time works out better for them. You know, if it's afternoon here, it's like evening over there. You know what I mean? So yeah. So it was a couple of stories that grabbed my attention. Couple of stories. The main one was Moses Atelma. That was the main one that I was like, yo, man. And I seen somebody else say it that Moses is not fighting enough. And I thought about it like, yeah, he's not. He's actually not fighting enough for a dude that's what is he, 22, 21, something like that, 21? 21, 13 and 0. You would expect a dude like that to be fighting 3, 4, 5 times a year because usually that's how it is, or at least how it was. And it felt like he don't fight enough. It felt like they spending too much time on the opponents. Yo. Yeah, it felt like he could stand to be busier. That yo, dog, that early in your career, it's really not even about who you fighting. Like he did the Dillian White fight. All right, okay, Dillian White is a known dude. It shouldn't have been a pay-per-view. Moses is not in a place where he need to be fighting on pay-per-view, but whatever. And it felt like, yo, y'all wasting too much time on who he's fighting when this early it's not that important. This early the activity is important. Yeah, he injured his ankle. Yeah, that's why the fight got pushed all the way out to March. And I like the Franklin fight. I'm not even complaining. I actually like that opponent. And I do think that Moses is ready for him. But when you think about it, if it's coming at the expense of your activity, that you could stand to be busier, you know what I mean? If it's coming at the expense of your activity, is it really worth it? Because you talking about a guy 21, 13 and 0. And I think he only fought like once last year. Not one, like maybe once or twice. But he should be fighting more than that. For where he at, he should be fighting more than that. And I seen somebody else say it earlier today before I went to the gym. That yo, that dude don't fight often enough. It's like, yeah, he don't. It's okay that you fought Dillian, but was it really worth it? If it cost you a lot of time, is it really worth it? Franklin is also a solid opponent choice, but if it costs you a lot of time, is it really worth it? Right now, you supposed to be fighting with the Party Lardies and the Ebenezer Tetes and them kind of people, racking up early knockouts. And people going to say, well, he ready for more than that. Yeah, but look at what it's costing him. Look at what it's costing him. Emma, what it do? I agree. It's not. I agree with that. It's not. And the other thing is that Moses is not AJ. That's the other thing. Let's establish that too. That AJ, for all the bad things that people like to say or whatever, or how critical they want to be, that dude is an Olympic gold medalist. So as a professional, he could hit the ground running. But when you have a young man who's only 21, Brody, the most important thing is activity more than anything. And it feels like Queensbury is in a hurry to turn him into a draw. You don't need to do that if you already got Fabio out here busting heads. You don't need to do that. If you got Fabio out here busting heads, familiar faces, that means you could take your time with Moses. Like, yo, Moses, we gonna put you in like 3-4 easy ones this year. Yeah, that's what we gonna do. It's right around, let's call it 15-0 to 20-0, where okay, now the opponents get better, the activity, it starts to wind down. Maybe you go from 4 fights a year to 3 to 2, which is what's customary, 2 fights a year minimum. You don't want to be fighting just once a year. And it just feels like they're losing a lot of time with him on the opponents. That you guys are in a hurry because you know what he can do, you know how good he is, and because of that, y'all is in a hurry for him to be a draw. Like, relax, homie, relax. That dude is 21, bro. While he's developing, you got Fabio out here. Fabio got a title. You could put Fabio in all them type of fights. You know, you could do Fabio versus Franklin, shit like that. Frank has nearly the entire roster of heavyweights. Where the hell are the that's the same thing I was thinking. Virtuoso, what it do? Nah, I was thinking about starting the afternoon talks again. Cause remember, I used to do these joints in the afternoon, and I was like, yo, when I get out of the gym, it'd be taking me a minute to get settled in and start pumping out episodes of the relay. So I was thinking, you know what I'll start doing? I'll start doing lives again in the afternoon, because I used to do them joints in the afternoon too. I wonder if AJ is part of the Somalian. You said you wonder if Al is part of the Somalia scandal? Yo, that scandal was nuts, bro. I think they said they was outsourcing like 300 billion yearly. Like, yo, homie, how does that much money come up missing? How is that possible? But I told my wife, I told her, there's no way that amount of money could come up missing and somebody wasn't like in on it, that the corruption goes up high. It would have to, for that amount of money to come up missing over that duration of time. The corruption runs pretty deep, you know? That's the short answer. That's the short explanation. Yeah, I used to do these joints. I used to do these joints early, bro. And I was thinking like, yo, when I get out the gym, I don't be feeling like editing right away. So it's like, well, what's something quick that I could do? Or I could go live like I used to in the afternoon. Like, fuck it. But yeah, Moses could stand to be busier. They also said that Chris Eubank Jr. is, you know, he's got a clean bill of health, and he's gonna move up to the super middleweight division. And it's like, homeboy, you should have been did that. You should have been did that. That's why when I seen him with the sauna suit and he over there sweating and he gotta go through it, I didn't feel bad for him. Homeboy, what was keeping you at middleweight anyway? It wasn't fighting for a title. Demetrius Andrade offered you a shot at his title. Yanni Bekalam Kanalai, when he had belts, he would have been happy to fight you for his titles. He would have been happy to defend his titles against you. So if it wasn't belts that was keeping you there, what was keeping you there? You know? What, the Conor Ben fight? It must have been, because it wasn't no belts. It wasn't no legacy. It must have been. I didn't feel bad for him. And then I was thinking that like, yo, this is the stage shit, because homeboy, you've been at middleweight this whole time. Remember, it took them about 2 years to finally clear that shit out for the Conor Ben fight. That shit took 2 years. Anywhere in them 2 years, you could have said, you know what, fuck Conor Ben, I'm out of here. I ain't staying over here. This shit is too hard to make. But you was there the whole time. And the whole time you was there, you wasn't showing people, look, I gotta wear a sauna suit. Look at how hard it is for me to make 160. Brody, you wasn't doing that shit up until it was time to fight Conor. You had the same 160 that you had to make for Conor. You been having to make that shit. So why all of a sudden you start pulling out the violins? You know what I mean? Misses the afternoon chats from the Ire. Shout out to my people in Ireland for for me, Frank needs to start matching his heavyweights. Moses not nearly active. That's what I was saying. Active enough for a young fighter. They pulled the video. He sounded stoned. Yeah, like something was wrong with him. Somebody said that they think he got CTE already. That would be crazy if he already got that shit. That dude is 21. I don't think he got that shit personally. I don't think he got that shit. I just think he one of them young bulls that ain't find his voice already. You know how sometimes you talk to a young guy and yeah, they're an adult in the age sense, but mentally they still, you know, they got teenage angst and shit like that. I don't think Moses got CTE, man. I don't know if he was high. Maybe he was on painkillers. He could have been on painkillers for the ankle. If he fucked that shit up, could have been on painkillers. Frank and DAZN see it, man. I mean, like, yo, I don't really think he high. He not a talking ass guy. You could see that on him. Like, Jarrell Miller is a talking ass guy. Tyson Fury is a talking ass guy. They got a silver tongue. They could talk. Whereas some other guys, they really don't. You could see that you're like, yeah, they don't really talk that much. Like Moses don't talk that much, so he gonna sound like that, trying to conjugate and shit, all them words and shit. That shit look like math problems to that boy. All that shit. He not a big talker, you know. But as far as him, I maintain that he could stand to be busier. That to me, they're spending far too much time worrying about who he's fighting when the most important thing is the activity. At 21, 13-0, the most important thing is fighting 3-4 times a year. That is the most important thing. You need the rounds right now more than you need the names. Now back over to Chris. They said Chris got a clean bill of health. He got a clean bill of health, and he's going to move up to super middle, which he already fought at anyway. It's like ancient history that, you know, he fought Avni Yildirim up there, and Arthur Abraham, and George Groves, and Reynold Quinlan. Like, that dude is not new to super middleweight. He moved down because he was looking for low-hanging fruit. And what pisses me off about Chris is, while you was at middleweight, you didn't do shit. You didn't do shit. You didn't do nothing. That's why when he was coming out with that sauna suit shit, I was like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's the same 160 you been had to make. You just looking for sympathy now that you fighting Conor. But did you or did you not have to make that same 160 for years? And you wasn't posting videos about your sauna suit. And you wasn't looking for sympathy. So why are you looking for it now? That too, Dirty. That too. That, you know what? You might need to retire, because I was thinking about it. He goes to 160. Who you gonna fight up there, bro? Them dudes will fuck you up. They will mess you up there, bro. Ain't no easy fights up there. Who you gonna fight, Mabili? No. Kevin Lele Sajo? No. You gonna fight? The only money fight is 2 money fights up there for him. It's 2. It's Canelo Alvarez if he feel like fighting you, because it's up to him. It's not really up to you. It's up to him. It's Canelo. That's a money fight. And then there is Hamza Shiraz. That is a money fight. Not as much as Canelo, but that is a money fight. You know, if you did that in the O2 Arena in London, yeah, people would go to see that. The problem is Chris would get knocked the fuck out. That's the problem. They offered him that fight already for $2 million. That was over a year ago. They offered him that fight for $2 million. He turned that shit down. We all know why. Financially, he made the right choice. Fighting Conor does pay better than fighting Hamza, but now you did that already. You did that shit with Conor. Y'all had y'all 2 fights. He won 1, you won 1. I don't even think Chris should be fighting, to be real. That motherfucker looks shot. He looks shot. Motherfucker look like an old man. But why I don't pity him? Because you did that to yourself. Nobody did that to you, Chris. You not at 160 fighting for belts. You not at 160 fighting for legacy. Could have had a Yanni Beck fight. You could have had an Andre fight. You wasn't down there for that. So if you making that weight, that's on you, homeboy. You could have been went to super middle. You know, you could have been did that. That's your fucking fault. You ain't had to sit there. I don't feel sorry for him, no. To me, it's a wonder that he got to make as much money as he made. To me. Because he got to make a lot of money. You know, people don't realize that Chris Eubank Jr., yeah, you got Canelo, Anthony Joshua, and a lot of guys that make money. But once that drop off, yo, Chris was getting money. Like, yeah, he was getting more money than a lot of guys. He was getting more money than Andre. He was getting more money than Yanni Beck. He get more money than Carlos Adames. These are champions. He get more money than them without no belt. What it do, John? What it do, Dirty Rohan? About to shoot the link to my Brits, my Irishes, and my Brits. That's why I used to like going live in the afternoon too, because I used to get to talk to the Irish and British folks. You know what I mean? They'll beat his ass, bro. They will beat his ass. They will beat the tattoos off his head, bro. Because that's not hair. Motherfuckers don't, you know, motherfuckers don't know that shit, right? Only we, the British, know. That shit is not hair, bro. Those is little tattoos that they put on his shit so he could look like he got a buzz cut. That's some weird ass shit to do, by the way. Fuck, I look like letting a motherfucker just poke me on the top of my head with a needle so I could look like I got hair. Bro, just go to Turkey and get the transplant. You got the money. Jeremy Piven done had a hair transplant for years, and people act like they don't know that. I mean, Ben, I don't think so, Emma. Personally, that's hard to imagine, because Ben don't got no fucking money, man. You don't got no fucking money, bro. I seen him talking shit about the Dalton Smith shit. I don't know if I want to address that here or in the next episode of the Relay. But I was like, Ben is a fucking dickhead, bro. You a dickhead, bro. You a fucking dickhead. Shout out to Dirty Habits. Was goody.
Yo, Jules, man.
What it do, bro? We out
Yo,
here.
man. Long time listener, mate. Long time. Huge fan. Massive. More of a fan than a panel member, man. Panel members, you boys rock, man. I listen to you boys every day. Well, when you're on, obviously.
Dirty, you tell me, bro. You in Britain, how you feel about Chris going to 168?
If Chris goes to 168, it's a wrap. If he stays at 160, it's a wrap. There's nothing he can do. Look, he fought Conor, right? He went life and death the first one. The second one, let's get it right. He was fucked in the second one. That's Conor Benn. This is Conor Benn who got smoked by what's that dude's name? He had to rematch him.
Right. Chris Payne, the kickboxer.
That's it, right? That was only a few fights back, right? All of a sudden, look, he's dropping people, he's smoking people, yeah. But let's not forget the people that he was dropping and smoking. They were fucking shot to bits themselves.
Yeah, then obviously Chris Algieri. What was it? Yeah. Samuel Vargas, Chris Algieri.
He didn't even stop him. Don't forget, the ref he got a flurry of punches, and the ref jumped in and went, "Oh, no more." So that wasn't even a proper knockout. So it was only one real knockout that he got, and everyone was going, "Oh, he's knocking everyone out." No, he got one knockout. The first one was like an on the feet kind of stoppage. People don't watch boxing properly, bro. They don't watch it, man.
I agree. But I'm gonna say this, that I know that a lot of people over there in the UK, you know, they decided that Conor was gonna be the bad guy. To me, there were no good guys in that situation. That to me was two nepo babies getting money off their daddies. Like Chris is not the good guy, bro. Like, nah, Chris not the good guy. Chris is the jackass. But he's not the good guy. Like, nah, I don't see that. Why you all of a sudden? Why is he showing me a sauna suit Why is he showing Brody? Chris, you've been making middleweight, bro. Why the fuck you want sympathy now? You've been making that weight. You didn't all of a
The
sudden have to
public.
make it for Connor. You've been making that weight. The fuck?
Dude, that was for the public, right? Listen, it was here, it was 50-50. So half the people were like, oh, I hate Chris Eubank, I want him to get knocked out. The other half were like, oh, Conor Ben, drugs cheat. I wanted to get. So it was kind of like, there was like a split, 50-50 split. Now, Chris, in the first fight, Chris kind of edged it. So more people, because Chris has never had anyone to cheer him on, that
That's true.
first fight, everyone cheered him on. So he was trying to grab onto it and make people feel sorry for him, and because he had the public, so he was like trying to run with it. Now, what happened in the second fight? He tried that shit in the first press conference, and Eddie Hearn was ready for that shit. He was ready. He had them fucking signs. He was ready. I'm sitting in the back, right, and then Chris, all of a sudden, Chris was fucked. He was like, "What do I do now? What do I do now?" And he was going on with it, and then people started saying, "Hold on a minute." Then he brought another sauna suit thing out. Dude, you've been making 160. I remember the video when you were like, I got to eat to make 168, right? It's a similar thing to the Serrano, where Serrano's like, look, I've had to fucking put all this weight on just to make this. It's not my natural weight. A couple of years
Exactly.
later, you fought 168, you got your ass whooped, rah. No one saw him for a while. Mate, that was all a thing to get the public to feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
That's all it
I
was.
didn't. I didn't because
No, but my
I
family
didn't
did, mate.
forget. Hold on. I didn't forget
Go
you fought unbeaten Avni Yildirim as super middle. Reynald Quinlan as super middle. Arthur Abraham, he was old. He was fucking old, but
Yeah,
as
they
super
gave him a
middle.
good run though. I still gave him a good run at that age as well.
You know, it's just I didn't understand. Like I felt like I was missing something in in the first fight. I felt like I was missing something because I'm like, yo, is they trying to make Chris the good guy over there? Listen,
Yeah, yeah,
listen. I understand that Connor used the pads, whatever it was. That don't make Chris the good guy for me. Like, yeah, Connor's on pads, and you trying to fight little people, so it balances out. Why the fuck
yeah.
you
That's it.
fighting?
They're
Why the
all
fuck
on
you fighting a
They're all
welterweight, Chris? Why the fuck you fighting a welterweight? Andre wanted to
on.
fight you. Yanni Beck wanted to fight you. Carlos would have fought you. Laura would have
Triple
fought
G
you.
pulled out. Yeah,
Right? That's the worst one. Like you duck Triple G. You let Kell Brook get his ass beat. That's
yeah.
your
That's
fault.
that's dude, mate. Honestly,
The only
that's a touchy subject. Yeah.
the only shit that makes me happy is that at least Kell Brook is fucking Ebony. Like I'm really happy that he came up. Like get him Zeke, get him Ezekiel.
Oh, mate, because I thought he was a bit, I thought he was like that, Cole, about the whole stab story. And then when I found out through this channel, I went, hold on a minute. So I quickly, because I don't miss shit yet. So I heard it here and I thought, nah, I ain't missed that. So I've looked in, oh, I was like, shit, he's right. Go on,
I ain't
Kel, my man.
Yeah, yo, go ahead, Cal. You know what I'm saying? And he can't. You know, he got a kid. I thought like I said, I heard the rumors. I heard the same rumors everybody else heard that he was in
Yeah,
the
yeah, that
club.
was, yeah.
He's looking for that chocolate brownie. Shout out to motherfucking. Shout out to Rayhan. Shit, did I hit the shit? Shout out to Rayhan. Eubank was eating KFC at the presser. You know what I'm saying? Like Eubank, you know what I'm
That
saying?
was the
I don't
first
feel
one. That
bad
was the
for that
first
dude.
one. Original. Yeah.
I just don't see how, like, look, as far as I'm concerned, is it possible that Conor Ben deliberately took performance enhancing drugs? Yes, it's entirely possible. But
He did. He did.
by now, my thing is this: nobody should have any illusions about what is happening in this sport. They're all doping, bro. Can't you know? I feel like
Yeah.
everybody's like, bro. They're all doping, bro. Can't you tell that VADA shit? VADA is not there to clean up the sport. VADA is there to handicap your opponent. That's what they're there for. That
One
you
who's got
hire,
less money.
yeah, like you hire, like, we about to have a boxing match. I hire VADA not because oh, I want shit to be clean, because I don't want you to use your gear so that I could use my
Yeah.
gear, but
Yeah.
you can't use your. That's
Yeah,
what VADA's
exactly.
for,
That's
bro.
what is going on. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, look, with AJ as well. Like, I'm a huge fan of AJ. He's one of the reasons why I got in, like, why I'm a boxing fanatic. But what tickled me was AJ, right? The whole time up, and he was knocking everyone out, looking brilliant, yeah, right. Even in the Klitschko fight, right, he got dropped, and he still had the gas tank in the 11th to stop him, right? Okay. Then all of a sudden he goes to America, right? And I heard about the therapeutic, the exemptions for therapeutic thing, yeah. So he goes to America, okay, and then yeah, okay, look, he got hit on the top of the head, but his gas tank was shot as well after 6 rounds, right? And I just thought maybe there was a testing in America, a different testing, and he couldn't get that exemption, and now his gas tank's fucked.
I would say it's a combination of things. Like if we revisit what happened to AJ in New York, I don't think it's as complex as a lot of people make it out to be. AJ got greedy. That's what happened. He
Yeah,
got
yeah, no, I
greedy.
agree, I agree, I agree. Yeah.
He caught him with the hook. He caught him with a good hook. He sat Andy down. He went for the finish, but he got greedy. Andy's not a bum. Like I know that
No, I
Andy's.
knew then. I knew he weren't. I knew his history, bro. He beat Parker, in my opinion. He beat Parker. Even the mayor was like, "You got a gift there, mate." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's like the mayor of
everybody.
New Zealand.
If that fight wouldn't have been in New Zealand,
Yeah, yeah.
Andy Ruiz
And he
would
would
have
have
been
got that.
WBO champion. So I don't really hold that loss as bad to AJ. One, you was getting ready to fight a dude, 300 and change, not very fast, doesn't really hit
Yeah,
very hard. I'm talking about Jarrell Miller.
yeah,
Andy
yeah.
is while Andy is somewhat
Different
similar.
level.
He got faster hands. He always had faster hands. That's what he always had. Counters. That's why Joseph Parker, before he fights Andy Ruiz, he used to be a body puncher. He used to be a really aggressive guy. That fight with Andy, he calmed the
He
fuck
changed
down.
it.
He
The
calmed the
same as he
fuck
does with
down after
AJ.
that.
And he calmed motherfuckers down, bruv. But that
Right?
broke my heart, though. One thing I will say, that AJ lost, that my whole block knew about it that day, bruv. That
I
broke my
think,
heart, man.
bro. I think everybody heart sank in their chest the day of
Oh,
that fight.
darn, no, no.
Everybody
Me and
heart
my
sank in
missus,
their
we
chest.
had an argument. There was domestics going on. I had to leave. I had to go. And it was like 5 in the morning, mate, as well. It
Papa
wasn't a good
Foundry,
day.
shout out to Papa Foundry. Papa Foundry said he got Billy. Man, that's not Billy Joe Saunders. You smart motherfucker. Smart motherfucker. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
already hard, hard.
But that's what's going on with that. And what what's on my mind right now is this Moses shit that dude need to fight more, dog. Like, yeah, you need to fight more, homie. It's not. It's cool that you fought Dillian, but we didn't really need that. That was a bullshit fight. Like, that's a bullshit fight. Like, yeah, Dillian got a name. Don't get it twisted. He do,
That's
but
it.
you
That's all he
knocked him.
got now.
He got a name, but you knocked him out in a round. But nobody has any illusions about that. Whereas if you could have been a bit more active, that would have been better. You need rounds more than you need names. You need to be fighting 3, 4, 5 times a year because you only
Yeah.
21. You 13-0. Instead, like if he don't get back out there till March, all right, you fight in March. Then what? 6 months later, you come back. It's basically going into the fall. So you're gonna fight if we're lucky, you'll fight 2 times this year. If we're lucky, if you don't get injured, nothing happens. It's like, yeah, you need to be fighting more, bro. You need to stop focusing on names and focus on activity. Get you Party Lardy, get you Ebenezer Tete, right? Y'all know everybody has seen
Yeah, of
Ebenezer a
course. Yeah,
million
yeah,
times.
yeah.
There's plenty of guys
Tete.
around. You right? Go fight Tete.
He just needs to build his resume, though, and that's it. They're trying to match him with names, but all the names that they're giving him as well, like Dylan, come on, man. My 6-year-old could knock out Dylan White with an uppercut.
Well, I would
Is
say, I
he
would say,
gone?
I would say that right now he doesn't need names. Is my thing. That right now at
Yeah, no, he
21,
doesn't. No,
he
no.
doesn't. He
Just
doesn't need
body.
names.
Just body.
You need activity. You need rounds because if unless I'm mistaken, Moses Atama has never fought 12 rounds. He never fought 12 rounds before. You need
Six. I think
that.
six.
I think he fought either 4 rounds or 6 rounds. That was the distance he went. But he never fought 10. He never fought 10 rounds. He never fought 12 rounds. It's like, yeah, that's what you need. So one day when you got to do that, you could do that more than, oh, I got to fight Dillian White because he got a name. Or, oh, I got to fight. And I like the Franklin fight, by the way. I do like that fight.
Yeah,
Like, I
good
think
fight,
he's going.
good fight.
I think he's going to knock out Franklin. But my
Oh yeah.
perspective, it should not cost you this much time. And I know he's injured and he hurt his ankle, but I'm just saying that like it feels like you could fight more, bro. It feels like you should be fighting more. Then we got this bullshit with Rick Merrigan. That he talking about, yo, we want to negotiate. We haven't walked away from the table. We still want the Boots fight. Homeboy,
None of that.
you was asking for $10 million 2 weeks ago, dog. You was asking for $10 million 2 weeks ago. Who the fuck you think gonna give you that? And that's why you got to start to wonder: is Turkey because I know you heard us talk about it on the panel, that you got to start to wonder: is Turkey setting a bad precedent in boxing because now these guys don't want to do nothing unless they get above market value? And boxing as a business cannot sustain if the only way you can make a fight is to pay more for it than it's actually worth. Boots versus Ortiz is a good little fight. I don't think that's a big fight personally. I could tell you, you do that shit in America, that shit is not going to do 250,000. It's not a big fight. It's a good fight for the hardcores, but y'all have no casual appeal. So I'm not even pressed about that fight. But it's some bullshit that the zone is telling y'all: you fight on this platform, you fight on this platform, this is the fight we want, and y'all don't make it. That tells me y'all have too much wiggle room. You have too much ability to waste people's time and waste people's money. Because if you don't fight Boots, okay, who are you going to fight? Because we know who's going to pay for it. The zone is going to pay for it. We don't want another Lubin fight. We don't want another Dulorme fight. We don't want another Frederick Lawson. Whoever you fight next, they better be good. Better be good. It's a lot of time wasting in boxing. That's what I see, that where you got guys. I noticed the differences in the Asian boxing scene, the UK boxing scene, and what's going on here. It's like, yo, it's too much time wasting. Y'all make simple shit difficult. A fight between two guys that fight on the same platform, that's supposed to be easy. You're supposed to do that quick. But it always devolves into this, whether it's Floyd Schofield and Stevenson, or Floyd Schofield and Mason, or Boots Ennis and Ortiz. It's the same story. It's the same shit in a merry-go-round. And
I
that's
mean,
why.
I agree with you.
Good.
Just a quick one. Do you not think that, from my perspective, do you not think that this kind of shows us who the time wasters are? Because before it was, say, like Deontay Wilder on that side, AJ on this side, it was his word against ours. So it was like, oh, your side of the street, my side. Whereas now, because they're both on the same side, it's easy to see, like, this one clearly don't want it because your manager's playing silly bollocks. And Eddie Hearn and Boots are ready. They're like, we're ready. We're waiting. Yeah, we've agreed. Thingy. Your side's playing silly bollocks. We're both on the same network. It's so easy to see now. Ortiz don't want the fight. If you can't see that Ortiz's side, let alone Ortiz. Look, I don't give a fuck. If a fighter wants to fight, ring them up, and make the fight. Like, they're gonna fight. Yeah. Like, if the manager, hold on, boy, come out. If the manager or whatever don't want the fight, you'll see who's got real autonomy, as in the manager will say, listen, don't worry about this, we'll get you an easier fight, you'll make half of it, but you'll get him out of there quickly, and then we'll get you a better fight after that. Do you know what I mean? It's about the longevity and making as much money, not putting them in the best fight.
And it's also that Virgil Ortiz is not a child. That dude is damn near 30. That's not a little boy. That's not a little boy that's 21, 22. That dude is damn near 30. But you let your daddy make all the decisions. You let Rick make all the decisions. Do you want to fight Boots, Virgil? That's what they need. Do you want to fight Boots? Because it's your decision. I said it yesterday. When Stephen Fulton wanted to fight Inoue, that's not what Al Heyman wanted. That's not what he wanted him to go to featherweight and fight Brandon again. But he fought Inoue because that's what he wanted. When Spence fought Crawford, finally, that's not what they wanted him to do. They wanted him to go to 54 and fight Thurman. But he fought Crawford because that's what he wanted to do. Years ago, when Lara was talking shit to Canelo, Canelo fought him. Oscar didn't want him to do that, but that's what he did. So that shows you that, bro, if the fighter wants to fight, if he want it, it's gonna happen. What this shows me is you don't want it. You could, you could let Rick say whatever Rick say. You could let Oscar say what your dad. But all that shows is you don't want it, bro. You don't want it. And the stupid shit is, okay, you don't want Boots, fine. But Brody, you've been at junior middleweight for 2 years. You done been interim champion for close to 2 years. You won that shit in August of last year. What we doing? What the fuck we doing? And this is why I wouldn't be mad. This is why I wouldn't be mad if the Zone kicked Golden Boy off the platform. Because what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? If you don't want to get him the title that Sebastian has, right? You had a year and a half to do that, right? Y'all was going to let him fight Zoo again. Y'all was going to let Sebastian fight Spence. Y'all let him do whatever he want. Y'all let that dude fuck off for a year. We try to get you to fight Boots. You don't want to do that neither. It's like, Brody, so what we supposed to do? We supposed to waste more money on more Lubin fights? Motherfuckers don't want to see that shit. These fighters got too much autonomy and too much ability to waste time and to waste money.
Zuffa's coming.
Yo, right?
Zuffa's coming.
And they already have, check it out. Zuffa already has 3 fucking fight dates.
Yeah, I see them, and I'll be watching them motherfuckers. Trust me, mate. I'll be watching them, mate. I don't give a fuck. I'm a whore for boxing. I will watch 2 cats scrap it out over a dead bird in the street, bruv. Do you know what I mean? If it's a scrap, it's a scrap. They don't have to be the best names.
And that's that by itself, you know, because a lot of people are spending time focusing on the bells and whistles and what names do they have when, first and foremost, just the fact that they have more fight dates right now than the PBC and that they have more fight dates right now than Top Rank, they don't have to go around chasing a lot of guys. Guys is going to come to them just because they got fight dates. Like, Brody, don't ever get it twisted. It's cool to talk about the pound for pound. And it's cool to talk about the belts and the prestige and all the trivia, right? But primarily, these motherfuckers fight for money. Money. So they're going to go to whoever has the fight dates. If Top Rank don't got them, all right, I guess we got to go to Zuffa. Rayo could have went to Golden Boy. You know, he became a free agent a few months ago after he loses to Gary Antoine Russell. He became a free. He could have went to Golden Boy. He could have tried to go to Matchroom. Where he went? Zuffa. Vosdick is going to Zuffa. Charles Martin is going to Zuffa. Ajagba had a chance to fight in an eliminator against Frankie Sanchez. Now, fuck that shit. I'm going to Zuffa. Fuck that shit.
Right. Well, you know what? I was listening earlier. You saying something about if all the journeymen and all of like the people that you fight to learn and come up, if most of them go to Zuffa, all the stars, who are they going to fight? Who are they going to fight?
It creates a problem.
Mate, it's going to create a massive problem, you know?
You got to wonder. You got to wonder. Let's say FA, and I said this example. Let's say FA and Charles fight, and FA win. How long is he locked into that Zuffa contract? And is Charles Martin also locked into that Zuffa contract? What does that contract look like? Because if they corner the market on mid-tier fighters, yeah, that creates a problem because you guys rely on those mid-tier fighters to decorate your cards. These is the guys that you use for your Ben Whitaker, for your Leo Atang. These is the guys you use. And if they all over there locked in, yeah, they creating a problem for y'all. They are. You know, we'll see. Because it's early. It's still early days. It's still early days. But I'm already looking at it like, does this mean that FA Ajagba will be at Zuffa for the foreseeable future? Rayo for the foreseeable future. Vosdick for the foreseeable future. Because that could be a problem. That could be a problem.
They're employees, aren't they now? It's basically like being an employee for a company. It's you can use their facilities, you get health benefits, you know, like health you know, like because in America you got to pay to go see the doctor and all that, didn't you? So you get all that for free. So surely, and then I think they must get like a annual wage to live on. So if it's security and stability, you'll find there's going to be a lot of fighters that just go, do you know what? Fuck all that shit. Boom, I'm going
Yeah,
where I'm going there. It's stability, and I can get my trade on. I can learn my trade.
you heard you must have heard when I said that. Look, for all these people in the American boxing scene that are worried about Dana White's business model, understand that while he doesn't let fighters get endorsements, he doesn't. The endorsements go to the brand. Brody, most
Yeah,
boxers don't have endorsements anyway. You know,
that's the
everybody
only 1%. Yeah,
everybody's not Canelo. Everybody's not Anthony Joshua. Everybody's not a spokesman for Hugo Boss. Most boxers that you seeing on TV, they don't got no patches on their trunks. They don't got no brand deal. So if what you saying is, yo, don't go to Dana because then you can't get no patches, motherfucker, I don't have patches. I don't have any. I already don't have that. How the fuck you gonna threaten me with some shit that I don't have? Make no sense, bro. It's the common
bro.
it's the common sense shit I've been talking about that I'm like, yo, they acting like Dana is the devil because he doesn't let the talent have the run of the place. But look at what the alternative is. Look at what we're looking at. We see it here, plain as day. When you let the fighters have too much autonomy, nothing gets done. Nothing gets
Yeah,
done.
it's hard fucking
Everything
work.
Everything has to be a pay-per-view because you need top dollar. Everything has to be a pay-per-view and nothing gets fucking done. Whereas if Dana could bring me cheap boxing, so long as motherfuckers is getting CTE, I'm happy, bro. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
listen,
Like,
Jules, I've got to bounce, man. Listen, it's been love. Hopefully, I can jump on the panel with all the boys one day, man. But for all the boys, country, everyone, Michael, real talk, all you boys, love, yeah, love. Keep doing your thing,
always welcome,
boys.
bro. Always
Sweet man,
welcome, bro.
sweet brother, sweet man.
And for those who are just joining us, y'all know that I don't normally do lives in the afternoon. I actually used to, though, many years ago. I actually used to, and I was thinking about bringing back the afternoon lives because one, it allows me to catch up with the British fight fans and the Irish fight fans, the ones in different time zones, and two, when I get back from the gym, it take me a long time to get settled before I could start pumping out episodes of the relay. So I was like, you know what I could do? I'll bring back the afternoon lives, bro. What it do, B Wayne? What it do? Ulysses, Glenn. And yeah, we're seeing, because there's a lot of talk about that too right now. The Zuffa thing. And Zuffa already has 3 fight dates in between now and February. They already have 3. And you're seeing what the stable, you're starting to see the stable take shape. And it's what I told you guys it would be. It is what I told you guys it would be, that no, it's not going to be Shakur and Crawford and those kinds of people, but they will be serviceable fighters. Serviceable fighters that can give you an entertaining fight. Vosdick is still a serviceable fighter. F.A. Ajagba is still a serviceable fighter. Callum Walsh, that kid's unbeaten. Rayo, yeah, he's a serviceable fighter. That they don't need to be top of the line to put on a good show. And one thing that is very important, as long as they have consistency, that will draw the talent to them because they're going to go to whoever has the fight dates. That's the most important thing. Whoever has the fight dates and the TV money, that's where they're going to go. So if PBC don't have no TV money or Top Rank don't have no TV money, I guess we got to go rock out with Zuffa because everybody can't go to Matchroom and everybody can't go to MVP. It's a lot of people in the middle there, serviceable fighters that fight for a living. They'll go to fucking Zuffa. What it do, Killer B? What it do, Puerto Rican rum? You know what I mean? To be for real, the top of the line fighters usually avoid fighting. But look, yeah, that's the other thing. I said that yesterday, bro. That sometimes it's not the top shelf guys. A lot of the time, really, it's not the top shelf guys that give you the most fun fight to watch. No, a lot of the time it's the limited guys. It's the guys with the leaky defense. It's the guys that overcommit to the punches. But it's entertaining, and that is what we're here for. More than anything, more than belts and pound for pound and all these add-ons. We're here for entertainment. That's why I've been beating the drum about the Devin Haney shit so much. That you can acknowledge that Devin is a skilled boxer, because he is. You can acknowledge that Devin is very accomplished for a young man. He's a 3-weight world champion. He's been undisputed. He's made lots of money. You can give him his plaudits, but none of that makes him entertaining to watch. None of it. I will never see the Jose Ramirez fight again. I will never see the Brian Norman fight again. What the fuck am I going to watch that shit for? Nothing happened. Shout out to Emma. Zuffa is for no-hopers who don't like their chances at winning a belt. That's one way to look at it. Emma, that's one way to look at it. But the other way to look at it is, remember, boxing is a profession for these people. It's a profession. That's their job. They pay their bills with this. Zuffa gives them stability. It gives them consistency. It's not just like saying, oh, well, I don't think I'm ever going to be shit, so I'm going to go to Zuffa. It's more along the lines of, I could roll the dice, wait by the phone. Maybe Eddie will call me. Maybe Oscar will call me. Maybe so-and-so will call me. You could roll the dice while the bills is piling up and you owe shit. Or you could go to Zuffa and get some stability. I'm not, like, I wouldn't just say, oh, it's for no hopers. It's just that there's this is a guy's profession. This is how they pay their bills, they car note, they light, they insurance, all that shit. And regular boxing, if you really look at how regular boxing operates, it's the luck of the draw, bro. They might use you, they might not. You might make this, you might make that. Might get your fucking ass kicked. You might do okay. A lot of it is left to chance. And that's scary when you're talking about how somebody pay their bills. So you go to Zuffa, and off top, a lot of it is subsidized. You don't got to pay no manager. You don't got to pay no sanctioning fee. You don't got to pay that. They got a training facility, so you probably ain't got to pay that neither. You saving money while you making money. Shout out to J Money. Is this the restart? Last year felt like the end. What you mean, bro? I ain't mad at Zuffa. If it was available in the UK, I would watch it if I had nothing on. Yeah, you know what I mean? Sophia in the building? Let me see. Where's Sophia? There goes Sophia. I ain't see you in a minute. Where you been at? Yeah, I'm doing some afternoon talks now. Doing the afternoon talks. I brought him back because I told him when I get out the gym, it take me a while to get settled. It takes me a minute. Like, I gotta eat, I gotta drink some water, I gotta smoke a cigarette. Maybe I'll beat off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta get settled, and it takes me a while to start pumping out episodes of the relay. So I'm like, you know what I could do real quick? I could go live. Because I used to go live in the afternoon all the time. Yeah, you know how it is, bro. You know how it is. It's the afternoon, house by itself. You see a good porno. Like, all right, let's get down. Let's get down to business. Shout out to J Money for boxing in the sense the new face is coming. I feel so inclined to agree with you. I do. I feel like there is sort of a restart in a manner of speaking, because PBC never really recovered from being jettisoned from Showtime. And if something doesn't happen fast for Top Rank, they could end up the same way. You know, them fighters is not going to wait on you to sort them out forever. You know, they'll go to the next promoter. They'll go to the next promoter who has a platform deal and fight dates. That's the way it is. I don't want that to happen to Top Rank because I've loved that brand for a very long time. I've been a big fan of their cards, and I hope they could recover. But think about it. We're in the middle of January. We're in the middle of January. Xander is fighting at the end of the month, and we don't know where to watch him. We don't even have a hint of where are we supposed to watch his fight. Tubi? Roku? Pluto? BDK want me to go get a job. My job is fucking your bitch. BDK. Was Gaddy versus Ward for a world title? Were those blue collar fighters? Most boxers have to earn a living by fighting, so Zuffa gives them work. Exactly, bro. Exactly. What's your thoughts on Big Stick Tio saying he might not make the fight? I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. If he pulled out that fight, that really wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. I always felt like he took that fight because he ran out of options. He he ran out of options. There's not a lot, yeah, you get lucky, maybe you get Ryan, but you know what I mean? Like, there's not a lot of options for a big money fight for him, especially where he is. You're at 140. There are good fights. Gary Hunter and Russell is a good fight. Dalton Smith is a good fight. Before that, Matias was a good fight. Hitchens is a good fight. But you're not gonna make a lot of money with them guys. You're not gonna make a lot of money with them guys. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to Jules. Kelly's chin doesn't last against Bakram. Dalton looked fucking amazing, Chino. I'm not the Monday morning quarterback, by the way, Chino. So I don't do that bitch shit. But I'm going to say that if you go to the video I did, I said that Dalton has the style for the job. He's got the style. What I did not think he had was enough experience. That's why I didn't pick him, because I'm like, you ain't really fought nobody like this. I don't know if you can handle the pressure, but he's a boxer puncher, essentially. Dalton Smith is a textbook boxer puncher. Box when he needs to, punch when he needs to. He's not going to lay off all night like a pure boxer, but he's not just going to come forward like a pressure guy. He's a boxer puncher. If you ever need an image of what a boxer puncher is, Dalton Smith, that is a boxer puncher. He could box a bit, he could punch a bit, he don't lay off all night, but he don't come forward all night neither, you know? Round one, what it do?
What up, my dude? How you been, bro? Were you doing the afternoons now or something?
Yeah, I'm doing it because you know what this shit is, bro? When I go to the gym, I keep saying that shit. When I go to the gym, it takes me like 2-3 hours before I even decide to edit anything. Take me like 2-3 hours. And I don't want to lose that time. That's money. Time is money. So I was like, you know what I could do? What I could bring back? The afternoon lives. Because I used to go live in the afternoon all the time. I used to go live all the time in the afternoon, bro. Shout out to Sophia. I love you. Someone please tell Oscar to take the fishnets off and grow a pair. Yeah, we missed you too, Sophia. We missed you too.
Hey, Oscar need to grow a pair, bro. Or Virgil. Virgil need to grow a pair and just ask Oscar.
You know what the shit is? Oscar, somebody else said it. And it's like a legitimate question. Is Oscar really willing to jeopardize a broadcast deal to protect a fighter? Like, you could replace Virgil, bro. Like, what's more replaceable? Virgil or a DAZN deal? What's more replaceable, bro?
Yeah, man. He needed. Yeah, that is crazy. That's wild. That's the thing too. Where the fuck is he gonna go? Because this is his last. Isn't his contract up like by the summertime?
That's what they said. That's what I heard.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
So I mean, if he want to be on the good graces with DAZN, he should make that Boots fight. I mean, that's the thing they want. They want it. They don't want Turkey taking that shit. They want to do that, right? So
no, pero es que también ellos tienen su derecho. That remember, todo ese dinero that Matchroom uses to do a show, ¿verdad? Y todo el dinero que Oscar uses to do a show, ¿verdad? Eso es dinero que ellos le dan. That's DAZN's money, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So if they telling you, yo, we want this is what we want. Yo, you supposed to do that, homie. There's no reason for you not to do that. Like, yeah, you supposed to do that. If you don't do that, I don't know what the fuck you trying to do. What we
What do you
supposed to?
think Oscar's gonna do then? What do you think Oscar's gonna do next?
No, Manín, él lo dijo lo que él va a hacer, él lo dijo. Él quiere estar con Al Heyman, con Al Jamón, haciendo bullipeo con PBC fighters. He said it. He said it. He could make Fundora lo que él está pensando. En vez de bregar con Boots, let's do the Fundora fight now. And you know, they got like a lot of little fights. Because I did like a list of fights that they could do. They got a lot of little fucking fights that they could make Golden Boy and PBC. Ejemplo, Oscar Duarte, Isaac Cruz. Oscar Duarte, Gary Antoine Russell. Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios. Right. Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, which they made. Y después de eso, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero. Lo ve, que ellos tienen, they do have a lot of fights that they could make. And that is his plan B. The only thing is, and somebody asked it last night, which is a valid question. Okay, you can make those fights, but who the fuck is going to pay for them?
I mean,
he ain't got no money.
The Zerto fight. So what is it? It's not going to be a Turkey thing, huh? The David's not going to go to Turkey and have a Zerto fight.
I wouldn't go that far, bro. I would not go that far, because recuerda, when we first heard about Garcia Barrios, we didn't know that Turkey was going to pay for that, but he is now. Like, he's paying for that. That shit is not on Prime. For those that don't know,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like, he's paying for that. Like, but we didn't. What we initially thought, or at least what the reports were, is that's going to be a joint pay-per-view between Prime and DAZN. That was what we all thought. Now it comes out, no, that's not a joint pay-per-view. That's not going to be on Prime, and Turkey is the one paying for it. So, posiblemente, con Benavidez and Zerto, it could be the same thing. He might be the one that pays for that shit. He might. Which wouldn't be bad for Oscar either. That wouldn't be bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, did you hear what David's saying too? He said he wanted to like fight like Zerto, then move back down, which is kind of
eso es bullipeo, manín. Él no hace esa vaina.
Crazy, man.
Who the fuck you see? Who the fuck goes to cruiser then goes back to light heavyweight, bro? Well, Roy did, and he didn't go to cruiser. He went to heavy, but you see what happened to him. Shout out to BDK. Do you think Big Dick Tio is gonna disqualify himself? He mentioned something like biting Shakur like Mike Tyson on his Besties Live. That dude is a weirdo, BDK. Why you keep calling him Big Dick Tio? He don't got a big dick if he trying to run from King Shakur, from King Core. Rohan said, in my opinion, Eddie Hearn is the greatest promoter. Oh, he's the, I mean, I think the greatest promoter, you gotta kind of bring up Don King. You gotta mention Don, like Don.
Early
when
Don
was
King
doing
days.
when Don was doing his thing, bro. He was doing his thing, bro. When Don was doing his thing, bro, like he was doing it big time. But Eddie is the best in the game right now. I would say right now he is the best promoter, but by and large, the best promoter. He'll get you known. Yes. I would say, but I don't think he has the same eye for talent that Frank has. I think because Frank's been around longer, he knows what the fuck he's looking at, right? So Frank probably has a better eye for talent, but Eddie is a better promoter. Frank got a lot of guys. I don't know who the fuck they are, bro. Who the fuck is that? He got a whole card full of Irish guys. I don't know nobody on that card except John O'Carroll and Anthony Kakache. That's the rest. I don't know them dudes. Wow.
I get it.
Right. Whereas Eddie had you knowing motherfucker grandmother. He had you knowing the whole family how much he promote motherfuckers, bro. Eddie Hearns, bro. I gotta get an interview with that motherfucker, but I wouldn't know what to ask him.
Hey, that'd be good, bro. You and Eddie Hearn interview and shit.
I'm gonna be like a fangirl, like you know I borrow your shit, Eddie. I've been watching your motherfucking shit since 2018, Eduardo. I've been watching your shit. I'm a big Matchroom guy. I need a Matchroom comforter set. That they need to come out with that, a Matchroom comforter set. The quilt, the throw pillows, the sabana for when you fucking and you need to, you know what I'm saying? Matchroom,
Oh my
baby.
god, this guy. Hey, but
Fucking
Metro, yeah, they the best right now, I think, in the game.
right now,
Like no
yeah.
one can compare right now. Even without Turkey and shit, he was doing this shit fucking before when he came over to the US with the zone and all that. Like he was
Yeah,
doing
I
this
mean,
shit.
just put it simply. Name another promoter that does shows in the UK, shows in the US, shows in Australia, shows in Mexico. This is real shit. Shows in Monte Carlo. They've done shows in Spain before. They've done shows in Milan. Name another promoter right now that's doing that. The only
I
one
can't.
is the only one is Matchroom. Who's the only one? Fucking man, bro. Eduardo and them, bro. They doing it big time.
And that's the thing too. If Golden Boy leaves the zone, where the fuck are they going to? Tubi? They're gonna throw on their fucking fighters on Facebook or some shit. Like,
Bro, manín. Lo más que yo puedo opinar. Maybe they go to Prime. I don't even, de verdad, I don't even know because I pointed it out yesterday. Prime doesn't have a boxing schedule right now.
oh no, they don't, bro. They barely
don't-
got their one championship schedule. Like I'll be watching one championship, and they always have their cards once a month. So they're doing their shit. But yeah, Prime Video, bro. I mean, fucking PBC. I haven't even heard anything for 2026. You
That's
already
what I'm
hear a lot
saying. That
from
they
all
didn't
the other
announce. They
ones.
didn't announce not one card right now. Like they don't. They literally don't have. Ya se ve, January. They didn't do nothing. They don't have nothing announced for February, right? And then you look at all the PBC fighters. All the PBC fighters that are fighting. I said the shit yesterday. All of them are on somebody else's shows. Brandon Figueroa is on a Queensbury show. Carlos Adames is on a Turkey show. Who else? Carlos Adames is on a Turkey show. Gary Antoine Russell, that's a Golden Boy show. The Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, that's a Golden Boy show. That's not a joint nothing. That's a Golden Boy show, distributed exclusively on the zone. The only active PBC fighters that are out there right now are on other people's shows. Other than that, PBC don't have no shows. They don't have no shows. We got nothing going on.
That's crazy. That sucks to be a PBC fighter knowing that you ain't gonna fight.
So la cuestión con eso es, espérese un momento, is Prime still in boxing? Because if they're not in boxing, then Oscar, where are you gonna go? Where are you supposed to make these fights with the PBC? If Prime leaves, if the zone kicks you out, and Prime left already, where are you going, bro? Roku channel?
Oh shit!
I'm saying, where are you going, bro? Like,
For reals, bro.
where are you going?
And he does go end up in Prime. Sean Skittles is gonna have, he's gonna be crossing his fingers that hopefully his shit talking works.
No, y también, like, I don't think Sean, because Sean's I like some of his boxing takes when he's on his boxing shit. I like his boxing shit. But I just felt when it come to the Zuffa shit, like, nah, man, you bugging, yo. Like, you bugging.
Bro, he is, bro. I remember you made a video about him, right? About his hour-long Zuffa rant and shit. I was watching your video, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm gonna have to watch this shit. Because after your video, I started watching that shit he was talking about. And the motherfucker was going off on just different random shit, like Jeff Bezos. He's the guy. He's Prime Video.
Let me answer this question for Sophie. Let me answer. Country's in the chat, Sophie. He was just here. Country was just in the chat. He's good. Country was just in the chat. Es que tú sabes lo que es. I don't want to do the political thing. I don't want to. It's early. I don't want to. Pero él un demócrata. So he's not gonna like the billionaires. He's not gonna like that. Like. My thing is this, it's simple. You can't be a fan of this sport or have been paying attention to this sport for a long duration of time and not notice that it's not sustainable. The way that it operates, nobody would want to invest in this. So something does need to change. It absolutely does. You're worried about Dana's reputation and that he doesn't overpay fighters. But look, his business is blossoming. Paramount picked them up. Why did Paramount pick up UFC, but they didn't pick up PBC? Why? Because one business makes money and the other one burns it. That's why. The moment that he became a free agent, that UFC was back out there in the market, there was a bidding war for that shit, bro. I think, who was it? I think Netflix wanted it. Different people wanted that shit. But you
Yeah, I
see that
heard. Yeah.
Dana didn't have to wait long to find a new home for his UFC. Whereas PBC, we 2 years out, you ain't found a new home. You 2 years out. So for you to say, oh, Dana this, Dana that, antitrust, oh, he don't treat the fight. Yo, listen, homie, whatever he's doing is working. Boxing needs some of that. It needs some of that. Crack the whip. Motherfucker not go, oh, well, motherfuckers, something got to give. Because the way that boxing has been, literally every major network left. HBO, Showtime, Fox, NBC, ESPN. We down to the zone, bro. That's what we got. The zone. That's it. So roll on Zuffa, bro. And
That's true. That's true.
I'll be right back after these commercial messages. I'll smoke a cigarette, actually.
For sure.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm on my phone right now. But
Hey, my bad, my bad. I was fucking buying some. I'm buying some cigarettes right now. So.
no, I dig it. I'm smoking a cigarette right now. What I was gonna say was that, like, yeah, you saw a lot of people that was so concerned about, oh, is the fighters gonna make money? Is Dana gonna jerk the fighters? And like, Brody, fighters get jerked all the time in regular boxing. Like, if that's what you worried about, where the fuck you been at? Because fighters get jerked all the time, bro. Look at what happened to Ortiz. They offered Luis Ortiz, what was it, 5-6 mil to fight AJ, and they didn't tell him. They didn't tell him it was 5 or 6 mil. That's out of his mouth and his trainer. That when that shit was going on in 2019, his manager and a promoter, they didn't tell him it was for 5 or 6 mil. He said if I would have known it was for that much, I would have took the fight. Motherfuckers get jerked all the time in boxing. You don't need to worry about Dana. Dana is the least of your worries if that's what you worried about.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Dana now is like we got scheduled fights already. Like I didn't even know they had. You dropped about the Zuffa one that's the other day, I believe, and I was like, I didn't even know they got Effa and shit. Like they signed him and shit. He's ready to fucking put on the gloves next month, I believe. So that's one scheduled fight down this month coming up. Another one already there. we're having another one talks in already. So it's like, yeah, man, they already got the ball rolling, bro.
Y te lo estoy
PBC's
diciendo
yet to have shit, you know.
con eso ellos van a conseguir fighters. Con eso, that bro, whoever has fight dates, the biggest thing, which is surprising that you don't see more people in the media saying it, that you know the difference between having fighters and not having fighters is fight dates, right? That's the biggest thing. Whoever has fight dates and TV money, Zufa has both, they're gonna get fighters. Period. Whether Dana's nice, whether he likes your sweater, right? Whether he give you, yeah, he's gonna have fighters, bro. Just because he got fight dates and he got TV money. That's it. That's what you need. Sin eso, you're Lou DiBella. Without that, you're Lou DiBella. You gotta rely on other promoters to be able to get your fighters fights. Not a knock on them neither, but that's the way the shit is. So Zufa is off the that because they were saying I seen the Ariel Helwani show. I was watching it and it was like, yo, it's kind of underwhelming that they're kicking it off at the Apex and this and that. And I'm like, Brody, that shit is not important. They got fight dates. That's the biggest thing. Long as you got that, you good money. Long as you got that, a lot of motherfuckers don't have that right now.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy how even Bob Arum with like Top Rank, like Zayas, where is that? Is that gonna be on Tubi or is that somewhere else?
Maning, esa es la cuestión. Because we're 2 weeks, we're literally like, we're like 2 weeks and a half out from the fight. And we don't even know where to watch it. Literally, we don't know where to watch it.
Cause I got Tubi, so I'd be on Tubi watching them fights and shit, you know, but I have to be live watching it. You can't like rewind it or nothing. So it's like it kind of sucks, you know, you can't rewind. Cause I think the last fight I missed a couple fights, but I couldn't rewind it, so I had to just watch the whole card itself like that.
Not Top Rank has basically three channels. It's not just Tubi. They also have the fast channel on Roku, and they have also on Pluto. So if you have any one of those three, Tubi, Roku, or Pluto, you will be able to watch that fast channel. Pero eso va a dar pena que Xander is in a unification match on Tubi. El Diablo.
Yeah, that's crazy on
El
Tubi.
Diablo. El
Fucking
Diablo.
crazy, man. God damn, on Tubi. I was shocked to see fucking Anue on Facebook. Like, goddamn, like
Fam,
y'all
that's
finna,
you see what, but you see what I'm saying? Like, yo, you getting up early as shit, and you not even opening up ESPN. You gotta open up Facebook.
bro. I had to create my Facebook account because I haven't used Facebook in a long time. That I fucking forgot my old account just to watch the fucking Anue fight.
Telling you, you got Inui on Facebook. You gonna fuck around, have Xander on Tubi. You about to have Michaela Mayer on the Cooking Network. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have Shushu
With
Carrington,
Martha Stewart fucking announcing the fights.
right? You gonna have Michaela on the Cooking Network. You gonna have Shushu on the Home Shopping Network. Like, yo, what's good, Top Rank? What is good,
God
yo?
damn.
What's good, Top Rank? Y'all alright? Y'all need some help? I hope they figure that shit out, man, because I would be sad if they go under.
That's the thing, though. I wish the zone picked them up, but I guess they're not happening. You see, the zone need to pick them up, bro. That's the
I
thing.
mean, yeah, like mucha gente están diciendo que if the zone does end up kicking off a Golden Boy, ¿verdad? Yo, pick up Top Rank. Pick up Top Rank. Common sense, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing about Top Rank too. Like when I see a Golden Boy fight night card, that shit is so ass. Like it is. But then when I see a fight night that fucking Top Rank does, I never really seen an ass fucking shit like that, bro. They always have two champions defending their belts and shit like that. You know, they have like maybe that's why they have more names than fucking Oscar got because we're watching their shit every fucking Friday night or Saturday night he puts on and shit, you know. So I would
Yeah,
fucking hope they kick him out and they bring Bob in because with Bob at least he's gonna have like a clear line of just throwing fights and shit. You know, he's gonna be doing what he used to do on ESPN. You know.
exactly. Shout out to Emma. I wouldn't say it's not really on Bob to save it right now, Emma. It's on his son-in-law. It's on him. It's on Todd Duboff. It's on Carl Moretti. Because Bob is a quadrillion years old now, bro. That dude is old as fucking dick, bro. That dude is like, he got the wisdom and he's gonna have some input, but the bulk of
Isn't
it
he
and the
almost
brunt,
100?
bro, that dude is mad old eating weed brownies, bro. That dude is
Yeah, bro.
dumb
Like that's
old.
crazy. Yeah,
He
I
can't
mean,
save
he's
he
probably.
can't save that shit. He can't save that shit. Like it's not his responsibility anymore. Like, no, you handed over the reins to Todd do both. If anybody got to pull y'all out of this shit, it's supposed to be him. But, shout out to motherfucking BDK. Didn't PBC accuse him of racism and stole all their fighters? No, that was Golden Boy. The fighters the PBC got was from Golden Boy. That's and the racism shit. It was an email from a guy at Golden Boy. His name was Helsiquio Valderas. It wasn't. If you, I mean, like you tell me if you think this is racist. He called Al Heyman a Nazi. That's what it said in the email. He called Al Heyman a Nazi. Now, if you interpret that as being racist, I guess, but that's what the email said. That's what the email said. Maybe that sound racist to somebody, you know what I mean? I don't know, because shit is open to interpretation. But as far as the history and all that bullshit, that's Golden Boy and PBC. That's them. All them fighters they got was from Golden Boy. Shout out to Emma. Bob just gonna let it. I don't think he gonna let it die, Emma. But what can a man that age do? Is my thing. What's a guy 90 something years old? What can he do? Because the other thing is, when I talk about Top Rank situation, I try to make it abundantly clear that they didn't make a lot of the mistakes that the PBC made. They didn't have a bunch of pay-per-views. Top Rank barely did any pay-per-views on ESPN. Wilder versus Fury 2 and 3. Haney versus Cambosos. That was it. And they were on there since 2018. And they only did like 3 pay-per-views. So their situation has more to do with instability in the market than any one thing that they did. It has more to do, the market is unstable. You got promotional outfits that are standing apart. Boxing has one audience. Even if it has 1 million promoters, it has one audience. And you got guys, well, we over here and we gonna do this. I guess we don't got a choice but to be over here and do that. A house divided cannot sustain. So my cousin Abraham said, house divided cannot stand.
When was the last pay-per-view they had? Top Rank. What was it?
Bro, I think the last one was Haney Lomachenko. I think that was the
That
last
was a
one.
long time ago. Yeah,
I'm telling you, Bob lo dijo antes que nadie. He said it before anybody. Yo, people not buying pay-per-views like that no more. They don't got the money. So we're gonna try to keep as many of these fights off pay-per-view as possible. You right, like, yeah. Motherfuckers not buying that shit like that. So he was doing us a solid. When he made Lomachenko versus Lopez a regular fight, they wanted that to be a pay-per-view at first. But because of the pandemic, people ain't got no money. It's like, you know what? We gonna give y'all that. No pay-per-view. He did us a solid.
Yeah,
so
I remember that. Yeah.
You can't look at their situation and say, oh, well, they fucked up. Or this is their fault. Their situation has a lot to do with market instability. You have good fights that are out there to be made, but they involve fighters that you can't control. You had example. You have Crawford and Thurman and Crawford and Garcia and Crawford and Spence, but it's not up to you to make all of that. They got to be willing to make that too, and they didn't want to. Lomachenko, Davis. Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia. Yeah, you could have did.
That happen? Why did that happen? That's the fight I wanted to see like 10 years ago. Mikey and Lomachenko. But I think
Mikey.
Mikey was shot. Why did he shelve Mikey again? Like for what?
Well, the reason if you go back, the reason that he shelved Mikey wanted more money, and they saying, okay, but you got to fight either Gamboa or Crawford, and he didn't want to do that. That's ahí
I
se
would have
armó el
took that
lío.
Gamboa fight, and then I would have asked for a Loma fight because I think the Loma fight a lot of people wanted to see that. I think Loma and him would have been a good fight.
En ese tiempo, because remember, he sits out for 3 years. Loma is not yet a thing. En esos 3 años que he was away and they're going through that legal dispute, Loma wasn't really a thing yet. But the main thing was that Mikey wants more money and they telling him, yo, okay, fight Crawford or Gamboa. And he wasn't trying to do that. So he sat out and he waited out his contract, basically. That's basically what he did. He waited out his top rank contract, became a free agent, went to the PBC, yeah. And that was it.
That's crazy. I don't know why he went to PBC. I mean, I guess they gave him more money.
I mean, he
guess.
did make money over there. Like, if you think about it as a business move, he did make good money over there. He did. He beats Latijanine. Like, Mikey, I always give Mikey his flowers because even if he was a really good fighter that didn't like fighting. It's the weirdest shit. He was a really good fighter that didn't like fighting. He said that shit. He don't love boxing. He just good at it. He beat unbeaten Zlatijanine. He beat unbeaten Robertista. He beat unbeaten Sergey Lipinets, right? Before and that's just the PBC shit. He beat the fuck out of Bronor, right? That's just the PBC shit. Like, he's a good fighter. He's a 4-weight world champion. He's a good fighter, man. He didn't really like fighting, but he was good at it. Too bad he never fucking fought Too bad he never fought Loma, man. Too fucking bad. Shout out to Mr. Tibbs. Top Rank will find a deal from a network or platform. It's just taking longer than expected. I hope so, Mr. Tibbs. I really do. I hope so. So Baba jumped back on the TV. Bruce Carrington is the greatest fighter I've ever seen since Muhammad Ali. Yeah, I mean, he say that shit about everybody. He said that shit about Loma. He said that shit about Fury. He said that shit about Inoue. Fury is the greatest heavyweight I've ever seen since Muhammad Ali. Inoue is the greatest fighter I've ever seen since Marvin Hagler. Like, he said that shit about everybody, bro. That was the company line. But yeah, we'll see, man. I hope they could pull themselves out of that shit. On that note, we gonna wrap up the afternoon talks. I'm still gonna do a late night boxing talks later, but the afternoon talks is back. See y'all on the next one. All right. Peace.